speed 180.
180 speed, short wings, 400.
Reduce speed to 250 knots.
Reduce to 250, my 318.
Into 8, reduce speed to 190.
Another 190, Mark 1308.
Good rate down to 2000, Delta 2334.
Down to 4000, runway 12, Delta 1966.
180.
Heading 180, reduce speed 210, speedbird 1209.
400, fly heading 210.
Heading 210, short wings, 400. We'll do that. 1239, American 121, good night.
1308, slow to 180 knots.
Slow to 180, American 1308.
6577 Miami approach, descend to maintain 6000, fly heading 120.
120, heading 6000, solid 6567.
Spray winds 400, turn left 180.
Turn right, short wings, 400.
Delta 2334, clear left, runway 10 left.
Clear the ILS 10 left, Fort Lauderdale, Delta 2334.
South 6577, intercept 10 left, look lighter, 80 kilos.
We'll get kilo, showing 10 left, look right, south 6567.
Spray winds 400, descend to maintain 2000.
Descend to maintain 2000, short wings, 400.
Delta 2195, descend to maintain 3000.
Descend to maintain 3000, Delta 2195.
Blue 645 traffic, 12 o'clock, 5 miles opposite direction, comment to 5.
Traffic inside, Delta 645.
Delta 2334, 170 knots or greater to Nova, connect tower 193.
170 or greater, and contact tower 193, Delta 2334.
Spray winds 400, fly heading 120, maintain 2000 over the service local ice, clear left runway 10 right approach.
Heading 120, 2000, still south, clear, Fort ILS 10 right, spear wings, 400.
Delta 2195, reduce speed to 180.
Speed 180, Delta 2195.
Approach digit 1215, 11,000, descending 8,000, low 0 kilo.
Lane 1215, expect runway 10 left.
10 left.
Team traffic 12 o'clock, 2 miles, ATR 76 at 8,000.
Roger, welcome, Mark 318.
Dragon 1308, contact on the tower 12349, good night.
239, good day, American 1308.
Contact tower 193.
Present speed, lower tower 193, spear wings 400.
95, descend to maintain 2000, airport 9 o'clock, 10 miles.
Descend to maintain 2000, field sight, Delta 2195.
Delta 2195, clear visual 10 left approach.
Clear visual 10 left, Delta 2195.
Nine heavy, descend and maintain 8,000 and then reduce speed to 180.
Descend, maintain altitude 8,000 and then reduce speed 180, speedbird 209 heavy.
Reduce speed to 210.
That's Mark 318, 210.
Correction, American 318, reduce speed to 210.
Roger, 210, Mark 318.
209, request latest altimeter setting.
Like what? What do you want?
Latest altimeter setting, please, speedbird 209.
Maintain 8,000.
Maintain 8,000, that's 3017, confirmed.
Altimeter is, yes, 3017.
Thank you.
3372, Jump 645.
Delta 2195, clear visual approach, runway 10 left, contact Fort Lauderdale Tower 119.3.
119.0, clear visual 10 left, Delta 2195.
Southwest 6577, descend to maintain 5000.
Shouldn't have 5,000, so 656.
Miami approach, expect the ILS runway 9 or left at Opelika.
United 360.
American 935, 360 headed.
5,000, cleared ILS runway 10 left approach.
Solid at 5,000, cleared ILS 10 left, solid 656.
Runway 18 Romeo uniform, descend and maintain 6,000.
6,000, 8 Romeo uniform.
On it.
$229, he's going to maintain 3,000.
So maintain 3,000, I was just
Hey, Dath. Second stream, yes, sir. It's going to be a real quick stream. Real quick flight. I'm just going to do a VFR. I've got ortho for Florida. I just never use it because I'm always flying on Pilot Edge on the West Coast, which I love. It's just I have all this ortho, and I don't. These are both gateway stock sceneries. I don't have anything down here except for the ortho scenery. So we're just going to fly on Vatsim. Miami does their Monday night training, so we'll have ATC the entire way. I'm gonna grab some flight following and head down to Key West in the great TBM. Oh, there's planes in there. That's cool. Take those off. Take that off. So Das, you're coming with me, bud. You and me. How much you weigh? I'm guessing 194. That's how much you weigh. And we're gonna go with about 50 pounds of luggage. More like 148. We'll zip her up. Close that. It's the wannabe ATC network. You're 5'6". We're about the same height. I'm I think I'm 5'6" actually. So what do you weigh? Not 190 if you're 5'6". 135? All right, yeah, we're about the same. So 135. And let's check the maintenance records here. Everything's good there. Good there. Battery's good. Avionics are good. Airframe's good. All right. Hop in here. We'll shut this door. Oh, I forgot. Let's make sure we got fuel. That's going to be plenty. All right. Don't need the GPU. So this is down. That's up. All these are down. Okay. Park brake Set. Bring that up. Go to battery. Heading to Key West for the $1 million burger. And we'll throw in some nav lights. Everything there is current.
Aural warning, okay.
We got our normal cast messages, so we're good there. Shut her up. Get the pulse light on. Everybody around know we're fixing to light her up.
Okay.
And aux BP to on. All right, we're less 150. If it hits 950, I'm going to abort. Look, I need 25 within 30, 54 within 60, and go. 15, low idle, adding fuel. I think we're going to be all right. There's 22 within 19 seconds. ITT is falling. We're going to get another spike here at about 43. There it is, 50 within 30. Restart that. Open the inert separator. And we'll come up here and we'll turn on the main gen. Electrical is going there. Get some lights. Auto, manual, autopilot on. And move that to flight idle. Okay, good start. Go bleeds, pressure, environment. Cabin temperature is hot, so that should start to cool down. It's, why is it? It should be 60. Oh, there we go. I guess it was just hot in the cabin from the Florida sun, huh? All right, so let's check the standby gen. Standby gen works. Turn the pulse light off. Got 140 gallons of fuel. I'm gonna log in as a TBM-900. All right, where is it? That's good. All right, connected to Vatsim. Turn on the oxygen. Check revisionary screen. That works. Turn it back off. Synthetic vision. We'll do next rad for weather. Check our systems. Electric is good. Fuel's good. And 3015 is the altimeter. And elevation, I would assume, is pretty low. Yeah, 10 feet MSL, so we are within 75, so we're good there. We are facing 274. We're facing west, that matches. We can check with the weather. This place is TMB. That's funny. TBM flying out of TMB. Man, that's confusing. TMB. TMB. There we go. Got our charts. Weather is 3017. That's taken from the real world, not my injector, which is really cool. So the winds are light and variable. There we go. And let's see what frequency. Miami approach 124.85.
Southwest 1313, well, I'm sorry, I don't have an IFR flight plan for you. Would you mind refiling it then?
And I'm going to, let's see, speaking of flight plan, delete that, and we are going to go to K E Y W E Y W. All right, got that. And we're going to basically be going west, so it'll be even. So we'll say 14.5, heading vertical speed 2,000 feet. And we're probably going to take off on, I have no idea, 27 left. So we'll leave that the way it is. Flaps set for takeoff. Trim is, I need a trim. All right, trim is set. Transponder.
Southwest 1313, can you text me your flight plan? It didn't come through. I think it was probably because I had to create a VFR flight plan for you originally.
I'll just do VFR. No, I'm going to get flight following.
Southwest 1313, what would you like your cruise level to be?
Alright, so this should have cooled down by now. Yep, 22. You could crank it down a little bit more.
Alright, Southwest 1313, cleared to the Tampa Airport via the Winco 2 departure zones. Filed climb, maintain 5,000, expect flight level 22010 minutes after, squawk 3557.
There we go. That should be cooling off the cabin a little bit more.
Southwest 1313, read back correct, push and start at pilot's discretion, expect runway 8 right for departure.
I'm gonna squawk
United 432,
because
winds 120
he won't
at
see
6
me
quarter
unless
Hanoi,
I'm
runway 8 right, clear for takeoff.
squawking altitude. All right. Miami approach, TBM-1399er. I'm on the ground at Miami. Executive with weather, VFR with request.
Number 1399er, go ahead with your request.
I'd like to pick up flight following to Key West with an intended cruise of 14,500, 1399.
Number 1399er, state aircraft type and equipment on board.
It's a TBM-900 slant Golf for 1399. Slant Golf means slant, like GPS equipped. If I was an airliner, I would say slant Lima, because Lima is for FMC, McDo, whatever. All right, so he's going to give me a code here in a moment. Turn on the
American 4532, clearance on request, standby number 1.
All right, so let's pull up this here. We got, what is this place called again? TMB. I'm going to back taxi to ramp
Number
16.
1399er, VFR departure to the southwest approved, squawk 3722.
3722, current with weather, rated a taxi for TBM-1399.
United 432, say altitude.
432, crossing 5,800.
United 432, radar contact, climb and maintain 16,000.
3722.
For United 432.
Number 1399er, your taxi runway of your choice, call run ready for departure.
Will do, 1399.
Bravo, runway 8 left, taxi via Kilo.
Alright, so we got controls are working. Sides. Taxi down here, the wind's 100 at 8. That's basically, that's
American 1368, clear to the Tampa airport via the Winco 2 departure, then is filed. Climb maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 24010 minutes
I'm
after squawk
take off 9
3625.
right instead. So they're supposed to give us taxi instructions, but he's not for whatever reason.
American 1368, read back correct. Push and start at pilot's discretion. Expect runway 8 right for departure.
Is that? Yeah, I can do that.
Delta 232, what at? Delta 232, I don't see an IFR flight plan for you. Would you mind refiling? American 4532, contact Miami ground now 121.8 for IFR clearance.
I think it's amusing that he's letting me taxi across runways. Like you said, wannabe. Alright. Not gonna get landed on top of. There we go.
Delta 232, roger. Contact Miami ground now 121.8 for clearance.
That's why I'm at the executive and not Miami International. Alright, let's do a feather test.
Number 190 Sierra Bravo, winds 110 at 6. RNAV,
Alright,
two
good
runway
test.
8 left, clear for takeoff. United 432, contact Miami Center 135.17.
Roger, over to center, United 432.
I've never tried getting the tablet working, not sure
American
how.
13, contact Miami ground 121.8 for clearance now.
It's you just click in the door and then you click that. Now you also have to have the AV tab installed in your plugins folder. If you don't have that, then you won't have the AV tab. But if you have AV tab, then it will work. Just it's already made to work out of the box. So like I have it here too. It's the same thing. It's just put in the tablet. Then you put it over there. Alright, so we're going to do strobes and pulse light. Did I already turn that? Yeah, strobes and pulse. And we're going to do pitot, stall warning. You're trimmed. No cast messages. No alerts. And we're going to rotate at, let me refresh the weather. About 86 knots or so.
Overall passing 1,000 for 5,000.
AV tab. I think it might be Windows only. Not sure if I ever looked it up.
16,000 global 0
I don't think AV tab is Windows only. Check it out in the forums. It's totally free and it's one of the best apps out there for X-Plane. All right, where am I at? I'm at 9, right? Miami approach, TBM-1399. Hold short, 9er right at executive. It's actually to Miami or something like that, but.
TBM 3722, wind 090 at 4 after departure flight runway heading, runway 9er right, clear for takeoff.
After departure fly runway heading, 9 right, clear for takeoff, TBM-1399er. Alright, that makes no sense, but okay. 6,000 feet of runway. I'd say that's more than enough.
1900.
And we're off. This thing's got some get up and go at sea level. Alright, there's 90. Rotate. Gear coming out. Flaps out. I think I'm in a Bravo, or I'm under a Bravo shelf. Yeah. Whoops. So I need to stay below 2,000. He didn't give me a anything other than a fly runway heading.
TBM-1399 or say altitude.
1,600 for 1399.
TBM-1399 or climb and maintain radar contact, climb and maintain 14,000.
Climb maintain my VFR altitudes. Am I clear to proceed on route 1399?
1399er, turn right heading 200, resume on navigation.
Right turn 200, resume on navigation 1399er. Thank you. Makes no sense. Alright, so we were going to... We're going to make a right turn. You know what? I'm just going to put the autopilot on. It's easier. There's a plane.
Global 900 Sierra Bravo, contact Miami Center 135.17.
Roger, Miami Center 35.17 for Global 0 Sierra Bravo. Thank you for your help. Have a good night.
Alright, gear is up and flaps are up. I mean, I know why they're real precise, because they're so used to IFR on this network. Everything is IFR, mostly. Alright. Air separator opening.
Miami approach, Southwest 944 with you.
Turn off that light.
Southwest 944. Southwest 944, winds 110 at 6 RNF Hanoi, runway 8 right, clear for takeoff.
Wind 110, clear for takeoff, Southwest 944.
Technically, I've busted this Bravo shelf, but he's not yelling at me, so. Actually, he told me I can climb to 14,000, so he actually cleared me into the Bravo. Alright. This is why you don't do Vatsim. Resume on navigation, but turn right to this heading. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, Vatsim is more geared toward like beginners, and they need that extra because if he would have just said, you know, proceed on course, maintain, you know, appropriate VFR altitudes for direction of flight or whatever, you know, it would make sense to us. But to someone who's brand new, which a lot of this network is people that don't really know much about the rules, it helps them with having, you know, it's kind of like it's helpful if they don't understand the rules. So I do get it to an extent. Now I've had PE forget about me, leaving me on the heading, going opposite of my intended direction. Yeah, that happens to everybody.
TBM-900, contact Miami Center 135.17 for flight following now.
Miami Center 135.17, 1399. Thanks, have a good one. 13517.
Skyhawk 991, spot 1 at Southwest Florida International for taxi with the weather.
Skyhawk 991, runway 24, taxi via Alpha.
24 Alpha 91.
Miami Center, TBM 1399er VFR, passing through 9,700.
TBM 1399er Miami, verify your VFR?
Yes, sir, VFR with flight following.
Okay, your flight plan should IFR, but don't show you VFR. November 1399er, maintain VFR, welcome aboard.
Roger, the approach controller would have entered that. I never filed a flight plan, I just asked for VFR. 1399, thank you, sir.
Roger.
Just letting him know it wasn't my bad, it was the other guy. But you know, there's so much more IFR on this network than VFR. It's just in the real world, you learn VFR first, and then you get your IFR rating afterward. On Vatsim, 90% of the people get their IFR certifications, and they learn how to fly IFR first, and then they learn VFR second, which just so happens to be my case as well. So, as for the Bravo, he tells you to climb, but they don't actually clear you in. Good point. That's a good point. So he should have said, you're clear through Miami Bravo to, you know, whatever. He didn't even have to say an altitude. You just clear Miami Bravo on course. That's all. That's really all that he needed to say. But, you know, I know that Miami, Vatsim, they're online Monday nights. That's their training night. And, you know, they do things a little bit silly, for lack of a better word. But at least I have, you know, at least you have ATC coverage. So it gives you someone to talk to. You know, we're coming up to our cruise. Actually, when I really mess with them, I'm going to go up to 16.5.
Skag 991, runway 24 at Alpha, taxi via Alpha 6.
901.
Turn off the pulse light. Turn on the now always counseling. You should have asked him if clear into Bravo. Yes. Yeah. But if I was on Pilot Edge, I would have. You know what I mean? On this one, you know, unless they correct me or something. But you're absolutely correct. I should have asked if I was clear to go into Bravo. I think you think VFR is easier. I can fly where and how I want, if not in airspace. It's easier in that regard. However, if you don't know airspace rules, there's so many different airspaces, and it's just there's a lot to learn in VFR. If you fly IFR, you're
Somebody else checked in.
already
Miami, who I
cleared
did not acknowledge
through
wasn't.
every airspace. I mean, you can just, in IFR clearance, you can fly at like
American
7,000 feet
1732 out of you here.
and fly through every single airspace without having any permission.
Yeah, you're a little
But
far
if you
away,
fly
but welcome
VFR,
aboard.
as you know, Das, you have to get permission to enter
Scout
Bravos and
991 for
Charlies
DU24.
and all that stuff. So
Jack 991,
you got to
runway
be on
24,
your
intersection
toes
now 6.
more with
Clear for takeoff,
VFR.
turn left heading 180, wind 2803.
Clear for takeoff, left 180, 991.
American 1099, contact Miami approach 124.85. Good night.
See if this picks up any weather.
99.
Let's turn on the weather radar. I never get to look at the ortho, so that's why I set the time for unrealistic. 11 a.m., at least in X-plane, is your best chances to get good views of the ground without having all that extra haze.
Miami Center, Skyhawk, take X-rays, hold short 24 at Alpha 6.
Skyhawk 2 Echo X-ray. Hold short for a minute.
Flight following does the same outside of Bravo.
Skyhawk 2
Well, flight
Echo
following
X-ray,
doesn't
turn
give you
left heading
Kablanc
200,
permission to go
2803,
into
runway 24
Bravo
at
or
Alpha 6,
Charlie
clear
or
for
Delta
takeoff.
for that matter. You still need clearances if even under flight following. Flight following is just radar services, so you don't need permission for D and C so long as you grab flight following.
So that's 800, not 8,000, sorry about that.
Simply because it's up to them
Cypress up to 5.
to tell the C and D about you. It does Charlie and Delta, you're in two-way communication. Huh. See, you know way more than I do about VFR. Because I don't do VFR that much. The only time I do VFR typically on Pilot Edge is if I'm doing FS Economy. Otherwise, I strictly fly tech routes and IFR routes. I did not know that about flight following. So no permission needed for D and C, only Bravo for flight following, huh? Interesting. I did not know that. I would assumed it was the same, like for Charlie airspace, like Palm Springs, California. That's a Charlie. I think it's a Charlie. So if I had flight following, I wouldn't need to go in. I wouldn't need to have permission. I could just fly into the Charlie airspace without having permission.
Miami Center, Southwest 944 with you.
Southwest 944, Miami Center, hello, climb and maintain for level 360. Southwest 944, climb and maintain for level 360.
Climb maintain 360, Southwest 944.
November 2 Echo X-ray, radar contact, say altitude.
Bravo still needs cleared into Bravo, but I've gone through Charlie and Deltas as VFR flight following. Now if control tells you to maintain clear of C and D, then you have to stay clear.
Alright, up to 5,000, and we'll stay on heading 2.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Like, you obviously do that more than I do VFR stuff. It just seems odd. It's probably accurate. I mean, I'm not doubting you. It's just you would think the rules apply for all of them, not just Bravo needing special. You would think Charlie would need the same permission, like I would need permission to enter a Charlie and not just go in there because flight following is, I mean, yeah, they know where I'm at, but they're not vectoring me. I'm not on a, I can go wherever I want. I can go left, right, up, down. There's just no rules when I'm flight following. So to go into an airspace, you would think they would want me on a straight path at a certain altitude. You know, if I do like a VFR transition through Bravo, then they're going to assign me an altitude to fly that Bravo transition. So I'm not sure about that.
Juliet 42, radar
Generally,
contact,
they fly a reasonable. They expect you to fly a reasonable path to destination. So if you're going scenic route way up north and back down to go look into an unexpected Charlie where TC shouldn't think to notify them, then you should tell them. Keith explicitly covered this in his VFR workshops 2 or 3 videos where they plan flights. Huh. That's very interesting. So I just don't do enough VFR to know that type of small stuff. But there's no rules with VFR. So like they might expect me to go from point A to point B in a straight line, but even with flight following, you can pretty much do whatever you want.
Proceed direct, Charlie Yankee Yankee altitude.
November 2 Echo X-ray fly heading 240, vector sequencing, caution wake turbulence.
Alright, heading 240 for 2 Echo X-ray, we'll caution the wake turbulence.
Miami Center, good evening, Interjet 2961, climbing to 16,000. ABC Orleans 2961, Miami Center, reliable, climb to maintain level 360.
I'm gonna have to look at his workshops again.
Radar contact, climb to flight level 360, Interjet 2961.
Because the Delta is nothing. Like that's 2,500 feet typically for the top altitude on a Delta. Right, 2,500 feet above ground. And then the Delta is only like 5 miles radius, so it's tiny. But a Charlie is like 20 miles? Or no, not that far. 10 miles. Most Charlies are 10 miles with up to 5,000 feet typically on the outside shelf. And the bottom of the outside shelf of Charlie usually is 2,500 feet or so. So to fly into a Charlie with VFR flight following, and if you don't tell anyone, I'd be real curious to see if I get yelled at. I might have to try that on pilotage one day and see if I get yelled at. Or I should look it up on that pilotage workshop. I mean, I learned a ton on those workshops.
American 1732, descend and maintain flight level 310. I'll have lower for you in about 40 miles.
Let's do this here.
American 1732, just confirm you want us to descend now or when ready?
I'd like it now if you can to comply with the restriction on the star. But if you don't want to do it now, then we can do it later.
No problem. Descend flight level 310, American 1732.
Winds are 060 at 6.
Number 2 Echo X-ray flighting 180.
So we'll land on 9. And 9 is probably, I don't know what traffic runway 9 is. See if I can find it.
November November 3 Tango Alpha, departing airspace to North Orlando, approach not online, frequency change approved. Good afternoon.
W.
Frequency change approved, 3 Tango Alpha, good day.
So I come up here, Key West, runway 9. You look at the supplement. Usually it would say if it's right traffic within the runway. So both 9 and 27 are both normal. Oh wait, here we go. Right traffic. Runway 9 is right traffic. So we're going to have to come in over the water and make a right base in the runway 9. And they don't have anything for, so it would be 1,000 pattern altitude with right traffic. That's what I'll go with.
Echo X-ray, clear X Cypress.
Direct Cypress for 2 Echo X-ray.
What'd I miss? Generally, if you can avoid it, it's nicer to avoid it if they're convenience. However, if you're going to straight between 2 airports and a Charlie is in between and it's unreasonable to avoid, you have two-way communication and can fly through it. Okay. Yeah. Two-way communication, that's the key word right there. As long as you're already, because for a Charlie, you need to talk to the TRACON approach, right? So if you're already in communication, I see where you're going with that. They're going to know, though. I mean, you're in two-way communication, so you would think you'd still have to let the controller know, hey, I'm probably going to fly through the Charlie. Usually they see your path and will arrange with a tower. Does the radar and TCAS work in the TBM? Have never seen an aircraft on it. It does. It works. I know it works for a fact in Pilot Edge, but there's no traffic around me right now, so, but it does work, and the weather works. So if I'm going to go to the weather, you go to mode and turn on the weather radar. It also has ground radar. I can show you that too. It takes a second to kick on.
Altimeter 3016 and cross Momo at 10,000. American 1732.
So I can switch this to ground.
Alpha at 42,
and then
turn right, heading 180, vectors for sequencing.
Turn right, heading 180, altitude 42.
American 700,
traffic.
Scott. American 700, ClearX Scott.
I don't really mess with the ground radar in this one. I actually use the terrain and embedded standby. Let's just turn that off.
Southwest 1330, the period report back.
Alright, we're gonna go down to, why is it? It's not letting me drag it for some reason. Might be plug-in issues. Alright, 3,000 and we'll VS down a little bit. I need to get weather. Alright, Pilot, yeah, so it's fully functional. Thanks, Das, for helping me out with that.
Miami Center, November Kilo 0790 Charlie with you.
Never picked up a plane on it in Pilot Edge. Oh, I have. It does work on Pilot Edge, but I think it's like limited on Pilot Edge to like planes that are within 10 miles. That'd be my guess, because I don't see things that are far away, only planes that are close. So that might be one of the reasons. Miami is
Miami Center, American 700, we have
not Miami. Key
Roger,
West.
do me a favor, check in with approach when you have that.
Copy.
Alpha Juliet 42, fly
EYW
heading 090.
Heading 090.
0609, and the altimeter is 3012.
Southwest 1313, thanks. Cross Deke at a maintain 1000, the Tampa altimeter 3017.
Cross Deke at a maintain 1000.
November 139er, remain clear of the Navy class Delta at all times. Enter left downwind runway. Air correction, you can enter left base, runway 9er.
I'll remain clear of the Navy airspace, and I can do a left base runway 9er, 1399. All right, do left base, which is totally opposite what the chart says, but that's cool.
Alpha Juliet 42, descend and maintain 10,000.
Descend and maintain 10,000. Alpha Juliet 42, thank you.
So flight following means you have two-way communication, so you don't have to tell them, but it's a general good thing. They don't guarantee you separation. They keep other pilots under IFR separate from you. Yeah, that makes sense. Pilot, go into hot start Discord. They can get you running. Good advice. Terrain works well, but if you turn that thing on, it will yell at you to pull up constantly as you're landing, which is what the real plane does. Yeah, that's happened to me on this before. All right, let me see what the airspace shelf is. It's 2,500.
1972 is with you at 14,000, 16,000.
1972, Miami Hello, climbing Tim level 360.
360, Delta 1972.
Close that, open that. Where's the airport?
Alpha Juliet 42, fly heading 100.
All right.
Heading 110.
Water looks awesome.
42, thank you.
100, 100 heading.
I'm gonna slip.
100, Alpha Juliet 42, confirm.
Hey, firm, the first time you read back 110, and I
Full right
corrected it to
rudder
100.
and counter it with the airlines. Yeah, I can talk tonight.
Heading 1
Fuel is even. Okay.
Landing gear. Landing gear.
American 700, approach 12485. Good night.
Say again for American 700?
American 700, contact approach 124.85. Good night.
Copy 124.85. See ya.
Alpha Juliet 42, contact approach 124.85. Good night.
Taxi lights, pulse on.
Contact approach.
I'm crashing. It's a problem when you can't feel the plane. All right, gear coming down. Take these things off. Throw in some flaps. See if I can lose altitude and slip all the way into Key West here. Got full right rudder. I don't want to stall.
Number 2 Echo
Yeah, that's
X-ray,
tricky.
turn 10 degrees right, vector sequence.
Trying to
And the guy
slip
in front
that
of you is
far.
doing some variable speed, so I just gotta get you out of his way.
Alright, let's do AOA. Let's see if this guy gives me permission to land.
Miami Center, hello, DHL 1988, reaching 16,000.
November 2 Echo X-ray, 10 degrees right, please.
I may have to circle a little bit.
10 degrees to the right for 2 Echo X-ray.
Doll 1988, Miami Center, hello, climb maintaining level 360.
Climb maintain 360, 1988.
I see like the boats down there. That's kind of cool.
Southwest 944 to front of Marion Space, the North Jack Center, and outer line, frequency change approved. Good day. Southwest 944.
Go all hands, Southwest 944.
Southwest 944, no further APC available, frequency change approved.
Frequency change approved. Bye-bye. Southwest 944.
139er, S turns approved. The wind 060 at 6, runway 9er, clear to land.
Runway 9er, clear to land. TBM-1399, thanks. Alright.
Sedation 90 Charlie Cross Jingle, let him maintain 8,000, the Fort Lauderdale, altimeter 3016.
Cross Jingle, outer maintain 8,000. Yeah, thanks for Citation 90 Charlie.
Is that yaw damper off? Yeah, it is. Okay.
Sync rate, 500, sync rate.
Fly it all the way down to the threshold there.
Airspeed.
We have landed at Miami International. Key West International.
TBM-1399, well, to Key West, exit right, taxi Alpha to parking.
Exit right, Alpha to parking, 1399. Thanks. We'll see you. Now, lose that. Pulse lights off. Flaps out. Turn those off. And we need 2 minutes of
American 1732 approaching
flight
100,
idle.
confirm we are clear to descend further.
Negative, not yet. American 1732. You can expect RNAV runway 24.
Thanks, maintain 10,000, expect RNAV runway 24, American
Cessna
1732.
207 or something here. Wasn't the best approach, that's for sure. Alright, what'd I miss? Not much. That's good. I was going to say a better forward slip. Awfully high up. Yeah. Yeah, I think I slipped about 6,000 feet. It was fun though. Stuff I don't normally do. It's even more fun in the 172. You can feel it. Takes your stomach.
American 1732, descend and maintain 5,000, cleared direct road when able.
Descend and maintain 5,000, direct road, American 1732.
Taxi lights off, and we'll turn off the icing that's already off. We are at 140, so we can go to low idle. Oh, I forgot that. To main gen. I'll just leave that up. I'll do crash bar.
American 1732, descend and maintain 2,000 over road, cleared RNAV GPS, runway 24 approach.
Descend and maintain 2,000 at road, cleared RNAV runway 24, American 1732. Thanks.
Right, now we can do fuel cutoff.
Center, this is Air Mexico 7937 with you.
Mexico 7937, name is Center, Roger. Stand by 1 second, I'll get you high. Southwest 1313, where are we going?
Sorry about that, our plane's doing weird things, but we're going, return back direct to J Storm now.
Okay, Southwest 1313, contact approach 11815, good day.
All those are off. Starters off.
American 508 to primary space to the south, no further ATC available, frequency change.
That's oxygen. All those, I think I turned those. Nope, now they're off. And we sign off line. And then we'll do a replay of the landing. Good evening from San Jose, California. Hey, bud. Nice to have you aboard. All right, so we're going to do a replay. It's definitely not a textbook approach by any means. I think I didn't flare enough too. Oh, maybe I did. Felt like it was more like a, yeah, I did. Check it out by a passenger. Where's the door? There you go. Back here, open that up, push that open. These come down too. I just found that out the other day. That cracked me up. I did it by accident. I was like, that's a lot of extra work. I wonder if a plane that size would actually land here. I guess it's plenty long enough. Was it 5,000? Yeah, it's 5,000 feet. It'd be tight, but you could do it. I'm doing good tonight. Fleetum, Jason? No, but you landed it. Yeah, that's all that matters. There's two types of landings. A good landing or good. What difference between a good landing and a great landing? A great landing is when you can. Let's see if I have this backwards. One is a landing you can walk away from. So I guess that would be a great landing. And a good landing would be the one that you can use the airplane again. What is that noise? This is pretty good for stock X-plane. This is just stock. I didn't add anything except the ortho. Gotta have to have reflections on for that. Alright, with this plane you gotta put all these things on. Otherwise it will yell at you. My ending fuel is 93 gallons. Started with 140. Just call me Jace or Jace or Jason. I don't mind. All right, Jason. Well, sorry you had to drop in at the end of the stream. I'm fixing to go grab myself some dinner. But I stream every day at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm trying to stream more in the evenings, even though I'm super tired. I'm going to try to stream more because I know there's a different crowd in the evening. So I can hit more people. But if you click that follow button, which sounds like you might have done. Yep. Thanks for the follow. So now that will alert you when I go live. And I go live every day, at least in the afternoon. I fly on Pilot Edge primarily. And Vatsim in the evenings when I can find ATC. Very welcome. Yep. Thanks, bud. All right, guys. That's it from me. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening, and I will catch you next time. See you later, Das and Jason. Y'all take care. Chase out.
Slow to 210, American 2552.
7 Juliet, heavy right.
10 left approach, JetBlue 1704.
Southwest 2205, reduce speed to 170.
Back to 170, now Southwest 2205. Low to 210, American 1389.
With 3820 company, Embraer 11 o'clock, 5 miles northwestbound, leaving 5, climbing to 7.
And we're looking how far, Montoy, 3820.
Line of 3770, that's
Dragon 506, 10 miles on grip, maintain 3000 until grid, cleared ILS 19 approach.
2000 until grid, clear the ILS 9 American 506.
contact approach on 119.7, number 4 on Charlie.
And envoy 3820, we have that company pilot.
I'm with 3820, roger. Reduce speed of 210.
210 on the speed, envoy 3820.
Fly heading 150, descend and maintain 4,000. Expect the ILS runway 9 left approach at Opa-locka.
Heading for the 150, 4,000. Expect ILS 9 left.